We are here talking about the Siemens CINAMICS G220 next generation VFD. Ivan, what are your favorite parts? What are the most important parts of building a next generation variable frequency drive?
Yeah, next generation really means things that prepare for the digital transformation. So there's three themes I would say that I like to talk about with regards to that. First one being efficient, second one being secure, third one being future-proof.
Absolutely.
So by efficient, giving engineers tools to work more efficiently. So things like the built-in web server that looks the same across multiple tools, things in the TIA portal that help engineers work quickly through a configuration to save on-site commissioning time. With regards to secure, two kind of themes under there, bullet points under there would be cybersecurity and just the safety that's built into the drive.
Absolutely.
And the third point being future-proof, things like being able to create a digital model, being able to export data through edge devices into the cloud, and then future-proof with regards to sustainability, minimizing environmental footprint.
Absolutely.
If I can follow up with a question, I think the two important aspects that you mentioned that I've at least been involved in is obviously commissioning, but also understanding the data once the drive is in a specific application. So maybe starting with the commissioning side, right? What kind of tools or maybe what kind of features are available on these drives that are maybe new? And again, like how do they reduce the speed of commissioning?
Yeah, so there's a built-in web server in the product. So as soon as I have a built-in web server, now that looks similar across multiple devices. And it's devices people have available already. So it's not like they need to go buy something else, something that I have maybe in my pocket already. But then also that looks the same in our configuration tool, the TIA portal.
And I really like that, right? So we got a demo, and I guess we can discuss this. Obviously, there's physical hardware involved. There's a demo of this dongle that you can plug in front of the drive and be able to pull in data, but also reconfigure some of the parameters of the drive, which makes it a lot easier. Again, I've mentioned this to you a bit off stream. I've done a lot of commissionings, so I understand the trouble of going to each drive, hooking up your laptop one by one, and you're going drive by drive, and there's other intrinsic electrical safety components. So I wanted to maybe expand on that a little bit on what is possible now with us.
So if you want a wireless connection into the drive, there's a smart adapter that plugs in that gives you a Wi-Fi access. Again, that would be on tools that most people carry with them today. I can also then use a remote mount, door mount keypad. That's really, it's a touch color screen. But with that, I can then connect up to 20 drives if I want to access multiple drives in a cabinet.
I had to splice in DB9 connectors to connect to drives, so I certainly appreciate some of these novel ways.
This is much easier. Just plug in connectors, Vlad.
Very good.
Absolutely, and I would say no one here has ever seen three grown men so excited about like a super basic HTML web server. But very exciting. I like how you don't have to read the time. There is a little screen on the G220, but you don't have to read that. You can go pull up the HTML5 webpage. You can have it on your laptop. You can have it on your laptop in theory anywhere that you want it. You can go look at dozens of drives at a time, and they have some monitoring in there built in and a little bit of look back. So if there is an issue and you aren't collecting the data, which Vlad and I, maybe we agree everyone should, but maybe we disagree how often it actually happens. We're collecting the high-speed data. You can go ahead and drive into that immediately.
Yeah, there is a small display on the drive that's integrated into the display, or excuse me, into the drive. But yeah, that's really just, I'll just say status indicator. You can read speed, current, a few other things on there, but yeah, that's just a status indicator more.
I do want to follow up and I guess highlight an important feature that, again, we discussed a little bit beforehand, but it's the fact that you can connect different field I/O directly into your drive. I know that many customers have that question and not all of them know that it is possible. So maybe could you give us an overview of what is possible with these drives? What can you bring in and connect into the drive directly?
Yeah, so there's digital inputs, analog inputs. So if I've got sensors on the field mounted along my equipment somewhere, yeah, I can connect those sensors directly into the I/O. I can connect analog signals directly in. If I've got a PID that I'm running, there I can provide my feedback signal. And then there's also digital outputs and analog outputs where I can pick that up and maybe show a local operator something about what's happening.
And that saves a lot of I/O space. Again, I think that not everyone always understands what is possible, and I think it's important to keep highlighting that and saving, again, like it saves panel space, but it also is making a lot easier to troubleshoot some of those sensors or devices. Again, we have this on the screen behind us. We'll have a better view for you who are watching the after, but there are two different drives that we're demonstrating here today, and they differ in the enclosure. So I want to maybe have a brief discussion of where the use cases might be.
As shown on the screen, there's an IP20 version. That's something that somebody would mount in a cabinet.
Yep.
If I'm going to mount multiple drives in a cabinet, we see that happen a lot. The one on the left, the IP55 and also UL Type 12 model, yeah, that's for somebody that's just going to mount a drive on a wall. Or a good example is an OEM that has multiple drives in a cabinet, and now he wants to reduce that cabinet size, maybe save some money, maybe minimize space there. I can take that Type 12 drive and mount it out on my machine. So if I have 4 or 5 drives in that cabinet, and now I go mount those out on my machine, okay, my enclosure side just got smaller, and really it maybe even got easier then to access those products as well.